welcome back for another Raid Shadow Legends video. Today, we're talking about Lady Mikage. I finally was able to get her upgraded and built. I had to wait for the Force Keep to open to get her fully ascended. We also did have 2-star awakening for her. I'm going to talk about my build, which way I went with her, because you can kind of build her a couple different ways here. So that's our plan for today, and then we'll kind of show off this build a little bit here as well. As always, guys, if you want to check out Raid for yourself, scan that QR code or follow the link down there in the description. You'll start off with an epic champion, Tyrell, who's a great starter, and once you get leveled up, you'll get another epic champion. But let's go ahead, let's hop in, let's talk about Lady Mikage. So the thing with the mythicals is they all have 2 forms. And on Lady Mikage, like for me, like the 2 forms need 2 completely separate builds. So it kind of depends where you're going to use her at least for me. If we take a look at the reviews, I mean, she has really good ratings all around. I'm looking forward to using her in Faction Wars. I think that opens up tomorrow, I guess technically tonight for me, which that'll be a part of another video because, well, we need some help here. Well, this build I have on her is kind of a little bit of a hybrid of the 2 forms here, but let's talk about the difference between the forms here. I mean, besides just looks, I mean, obviously, they definitely look different, but let's talk about the base form compared to her transformed form. So when you're in the base form, you don't really need as much accuracy. If we take a look at the passive, it removes all debuffs from the ally with the highest attack, which is nice. You want her paired up with someone that's going to be a damage dealer. For me on Hydra, it was Rathalos. Like, she paired really well with my Rathalos. Then we have the Metamorph, which changed her into her extra form. But this attack right here on the A3 is amazing. I like this one a lot. It places 50% increased attack buff and 30% increased crit damage buff on all allies for 2 turns. And then it teams up and attacks a single enemy. This is really good on Hydra for freeing those champions that get swallowed, or to help them prevent from getting completely swallowed. And then the allies joining use their default skills. But this is able to deal out a lot of damage and just 1 attack. I like this one a lot. We did get her base form all the way booked because it was pretty cheap. On her A2 here, attacks all enemies, decrease the duration of enemy buffs and ally debuffs, and then vice versa on that. So basically it helps your team, hurts their team, which is really nice, especially in Hydra. You don't want them having any buffs on them, and then you want your buffs lasting as long as possible. And then attacks an ally with a random ally from the Shadowkin faction, which I actually didn't take advantage of that, which maybe we could take advantage of that with Corrado in here, wherever he's at. I missed off. There he is. So maybe we could like take advantage of that with Corrado, but I don't know. I feel like my Corrado build's kind of weak. And then places a shield buff equal to 10% of her HP, the ally for the lowest HP for 2 turns. And that's why I got her built with tons and tons of HP here. So this is kind of a hybrid to try to take advantage of the 2 builds, but we got her built with a ton of HP here, and we got her going fast and decent attack. Now, I didn't get her full out crit rate here, and I wasn't trying to get her crit rate. The 58% is just kind of by accident there, because I just kind of want her supporting my attackers and kind of helping them get more attacks off and deal more damage out with those skills. That team up skill is just really nice, especially here on Rathalos, where his passive is every 5th skill used by this champion deals 200% more damage. So it's just going to help boost that up. So I like pairing her with Rathalos quite a bit. But let's talk about her other form here, because it's a completely different build. On this form, you kind of need a little bit more accuracy. You want her quick still, but you want more accuracy. So at the start of this turn, decrease the turn meter of enemy with the highest attack by 15%. Obviously, we have the Metamorph there. And then on her A3, increases accuracy buff on all allies, and then removes all buffs from enemies and places a 25% weaken debuff on them. So if you want to land that, you're going to need more accuracy. And that's why I kind of got her built with 375 on the accuracy, just in case I want to use her other places and land those weakens. Or even like if I'm in a battle and I want to metamorph and use that weaken, we can. That's a possibility. On her A2, attacks all enemies with a stun. Yeah, places a stun debuff, which is really nice. Also decreases turn meters of all enemies by 30%. You get that up, ignores resist by 20%. So a really solid stun in there. I mean, we've already seen how our Mons can kind of control arena with stuns. Having her with the stun is really nice. On the A1, we also have a sleep debuff, which I don't think she really gets used in Sand Devil, but that kind of like screams like Sand Devil to me, but I don't think she's actually really a Sand Devil champion in here. Decreases turn meter by 15% as well. And then all of her stuff is based on attack. But on this form, you really need that accuracy to land that weaken and land those stuns. But like I said here, we kind of went with a hybrid build of the 2. So we got her lots of HP for the shield on the base form. We got her decent attack, so she's dealing decent damage. Decent defense, so she's a little bit beefy. And then we got her going pretty quick with decent accuracy here at 375. And as far as the gear, one of the main reasons her accuracy is so high is because I have an accuracy banner, because it's the only banner I had 3 speed on for Shadowkin. So that had to go on her. And actually, I just remembered, I just did my, yeah, we got glyphs. Let's glyph this up and make her a little bit quicker here. Ooh, 7, let's go. That's nice. I forgot we just did faction wars here. So that'll actually make her over 300. Nice, yeah, 302. So, I mean, I don't mind the accuracy there, because again, it's like a hybrid build. On here, I just had defense. I went with the resist accuracy. I didn't really know where to go here, but I wanted her defense just a little bit higher than it was. So I went with the defense amulet. I don't know. Kind of torn on that amulet, to be honest with you. Then we went with the HP ring that had a little bit of HP attack in there. I kind of would like one that had like maybe even a defense roll in there, but my accessories for Shadowkin's a little bit limited. We're working on it, but it's limited. So that's what we went with there. And then these boots were just nice speed boots with good HP, good accuracy on there, a little bit of attack. So nothing too crazy. It just had those laying around. They worked. I wish I had a better perception chest piece, but it has the 3 speed roll on it. So it's faster than anything I had available without tearing any other champions apart. On the gloves, we went HP again. I want her beefy. I want that shield working, but these also have 3 speed in there with a 6-star. Again, I want her going quick. I want her moving. This helped my Hydra team out a lot. I just did Hydra yesterday. We got to 80 million damage, which I've never got to. This shield could be better. The crit damage is kind of a waste, but I just didn't have a shield available for perception. You can see here, my whole theme is get her going fast, get her kind of accurate. So that's the build I went. It could probably be a better build, not gonna lie, but for my purposes, it worked out pretty well. And then on the masteries, I went with more PvP setup here, just kind of working on dealing out more damage here, getting down to War Master, and then also supporting with counterattack in there, and then 50% chance of placing the counterattack when she loses some hit points. So that way we could deal out some damage, also have her on the HP. But again, like, we didn't really go for the accuracy build because I'm primarily focusing on her form 1, where we have, you know, not a big need for that accuracy. So that's kind of why I went with this skill set. Again, from the Hell Hades website, that's usually where I get my skill sets. Kind of made sense to me though. So let's talk about where to use her, because you can use her for quite a lot of different places here. One thing I've read, and I haven't tested it, is Fire Knight here. Using her in Fire Knight could be really good. I mean, I need to progress my Fire Knight, but with her teaming up with allies, you could really take that Fire Knight shield down really well. You can build her for Arena, especially with those stuns and stuff. You can really deal out some nasty damage. Let's see if I have a team that in here that I don't hate. I don't know. Let's go against this team here. Let's see. Let's throw her in right here, since we'll have the stuns. We'll have double stun with Armands. Maybe we just take out Armands. I never know what to use in Arena. I'm just always just kind of messing around, having a little bit of fun. Maybe we go Ghostborn here for a weekend. Oops, not her. Yeah, Ghostborn there for a weekend. We'll take Armands out and we'll kind of just work her in. Let's go ahead and turn auto off. Let's speed up. Let's just kind of see how we do here. So we want to metamorph here and we want to try to stun, right? So let's see if we can land those stuns. Is that on this one? No, it's on this one. Let's see if we can land that. Okay, we get a couple stuns. That's fine. Let's go and let's place this here with Ghostborn. Nice. And then let's see if we can get this off. Oh, wait, we were feared. Oh, dang it. We were feared. Oh, they got counterattack. They got counter. That's not good. That's not good, guys. So now they're all going to counterattack. That's, yeah, should have thought that one out. Should have thought that one out. But we needed the stuns to land. Let's see. All right, we'll take their buffs and we'll put weakens on. Now let's see if we can hit with Stultus here, since we already messed this up a little bit. We got weekends on everyone already. Let's go again with Stultus. There we go. That's better. That's better. So you kind of see the concept, and that sleep lands. That's actually pretty nice. So not too shabby, even though I messed that up a little bit. She could definitely be usable in Arena, just how I have her built. But one place people can really benefit from fusing Lady Mikage is not only the Demon Lord, which I have a you know, man-bat team, so I don't have to worry about that. But in Hydra, she helped me out a ton in Hydra. I was able to get 80 million on Brutal for the first time with this team right here. So it was really, really solid. Taking a look at the AI, I tell her to never metamorph. I want her to be in that base form. I don't want her metamorphing. That way she can kind of synergize with Rathalos and just kind of work through here. So it worked out really nicely. We got some provoke, some protection here with Krisk. We got Feral up front with the block buffs and the increased resist. We got Astrid here, making them go quicker, and then obviously the damage dealer in here. The one interesting champion in this team was the White Queen. I got this from the Hell Hades optimizer. I mean, she does have the revive and places shield, but we have her built with crazy resist, so we're trying to get her to kind of resist the Hydras taking all of our buffs. So we're gonna let the Hydra work through here a little bit. I didn't look and see if Hydra switched rotations, but this should be okay here. So she just really synergizes well with this team. This team just works really well together. I like Rathalos. So I did 80, I think it was 85 million. Rathalos had 44 million of that. The one interesting thing in here with Rathalos, you usually want the HP burner. We don't have an HP burner on this team, which is kind of interesting, and I was worried about it, but the damage was there and the consistency was there. I had Mordecai in here instead of Lady Mikage, but Lady Mikage just kind of added in just a little bit more consistency that we needed to kind of get over that hump. Before I was hitting like 50, 60 million, which we're still working. We could probably still squeeze out a little bit more. I feel like this team can maybe even get to 100 million with enough patience and maybe enough manual. Oh, this guy stole our buffs. That's not good. We don't want them stealing our buffs, guys. That's right though. Oh, he must have stole it from Krisk because Krisk had the heal. That's okay. We'll let them work through here. Let's let this run cook out a little bit and just see how it does. So I do run this on full auto, but the one time I will like take over is sometimes like mid run when I start like getting ate up a little bit. That's when I'll kind of take over and just start manualing things just to try to free those champions. Because if I'm, 10 minutes in and I lose a champion, that's going to be a little bit detrimental. But this run seems to be going pretty well, even though we have the shaky start there. Yeah, things are going well. Let's let it keep going. I'm going to keep an eye on it though. All right, so we're starting to lose some champions here. Rathalos is swallowed, and I don't think we're going to be able to free him. But one thing I did notice during this run is when we do lose our buffs like this, we can actually metamorph here. And since we do have enough accuracy, we can actually go ahead and we can remove all the buffs from the Hydra head. So she has kind of a dual purpose. It's like a kind of like a semi-auto run here if we kind of pay attention to it, which honestly, when I did this before, I wasn't paying attention to that. So that's something I can do, and I can probably squeeze out a little bit more damage of this. I wasn't really doing it during this raid either, or this attack either, but we're at 70 million. I'm going to let it finish out. That way we can see where the damage finishes out. But this one felt really, really nice. I mean, this was only literally my first attempt with the new Hydra rotation or the new Hydra reset in here. So we'll definitely take this. Well, I guess we're not going to take it, but we'll definitely appreciate this damage. Let's let it finish out so we can kind of see where we're at. I don't think we're going to be able to free. Head of Mistress just keeps getting my champions and shielding, and I can't get them out. All right, so like I said, I think we could take advantage of that cleanse a little bit better, and it has the weekend, and maybe even squeeze out some more damage from Mikage. And again, if we maybe had her in 100% crit rate, I just don't want to sacrifice that speed, but you can see here, Rathalos dealing over half the damage. So a pretty nice little team. Pretty solid for me. The White Queen in there for the reviver just works out really nicely. So I'm not going to keep this result, but just kind of giving you a feel how I used Mikage to improve my Hydra. Like I said, I was like 50, 60 million before getting Mikage. Now I should be pushing 80, 90, even 100 million here on Brutal. So just kind of a brief setup here of where I have Lady Mikage. I will have a video of the Shadowkin faction wars because that's the last one I need to finish, and I'm going to use her in there. So let me know where you guys use your Lady Mikage. What could I do better with this build? Again, I feel like if I focused one way or another, but I kind of like this little bit of a hybrid build. How do you guys have yours built? Let me know down there in the comment section. I'm always looking for advice. Again, if you do want to check out Raid, scan the QR code, follow the link down there in the description. You guys have a great day. Keep on clash bashing.